Let me transfer you.
Switch to Farm Bureau Insurance today and get real service instead of getting really tangled up. For auto, home, life, and health, get the membership advantage. Get Farm Bureau Insurance.
There were so many good plays made, so many just outstanding efforts. The defense on both sides, even though it was a high-scoring game, especially for us, I thought our defense was tough. I thought we really showed a lot of grit and determination. And, obviously we're so fortunate to have great guards who played so well and did so many good things. But our whole team, our team as a whole, I thought we got contributions from everybody. And this was just a great game and something I think that we'll remember the last game. We'll remember this one a little bit more fondly, but we'll remember this game for a long time. Well, it's a decision we kind of come to in all of our close games. We have a really good front line, we feel. But at the same time, we think that we're probably at our most effective defensively when we have a smaller lineup in there. And Kevin Smith and Francis and Ryan, along with the two guards, really give us a chance to put pressure on the ball. We can switch every screen a little bit more effectively. And while we don't rebound great, we think we rebound well enough. And, a lot of times the possessions end in turnover. A fair amount of the times the possessions end in turnover. So the small lineup is it's fun to play with because everybody can handle the ball so well and defend so well. Of course, during the course of time, the rebounding may crush you, but that's a lineup we probably go with just about every game. That's for certain stretches of the game.
Coach Chris Mooney, College Chalk Talk, sort of following up on that line. Every player that saw significant time tonight get at least 3 rebounds, and you basically played to a dead heat in rebounding. Can you speak a little bit about that team effort there? Well,
I thought, our rebounding, is not our biggest strength. And if you look at our stat sheet for the season, we have probably all positive numbers except rebounding. But a lot of the rebounds today were just contested by a lot of guys, and the ones that we were able to get were, initially maybe in a Xavier player's hands and somebody slapped it away, or on their way to a Xavier player's hands and we were able to get it, or if it hit the floor first. And it was just more of us, I think, realizing that they had a huge advantage inside, but that if we were scrappy and we were tough, we could maybe come up with some of those rebounds that are, they're not quite 50-50 when we're smaller, but the ones that they're not getting cleanly, we have a chance to get.
Coach Mooney, same question for you. What does it mean to you to get to the A-10 championship game, and what does it mean for you to see these guys who sort of started with you get there? Well,
for me personally, I grew up watching the A-10, and because I'm from Philadelphia and would go down to the A-10 tournament. I remember going to games at the Palestra, and so I love the conference and know and value how great it is and what an accomplishment it is, probably more than our guys. I'm extremely proud of this team. They play so hard. I think it's probably noticeable to everybody, and to have started where we did, where we kind of had a challenging situation to start with, and those guys have really just put their head down and worked, and I think they're just a credit to Richmond and all of us, just how hard they play and how they carry themselves, and beyond the success on the court, this is a great group to be around and a special group to be part of.
Coach, further along with that, can you just talk about the bench, Francis and Dan, especially what he trimmed down this season and is playing? Can you just talk about their play today, especially today they both got double digits?
Yeah, I thought Francis was just terrific, and if there was a spark in the game or a turning point or whatever, I think it was his play. Francis is going to be a really, really good player for us, and he's been contributing, a lot recently. And today, his scoring showed up a little bit, which I think he's going to be a scorer. He was just terrific today. His athleticism, his energy, and I thought Dan was great too. Scored in the low post. He got some key rebounds. When Dan's in the game, our offense moves at its best. He has the best understanding of what we're trying to do and kind of being the centerpiece of our offense and make sure the ball gets one side of the floor to the other. I thought they were both great today, and just a huge help for those guys actually come off the bench for us.
Coach, how important was it for you to beat Xavier just so that you could say that you beat every team in the conference this year?
Well, I mean that's good, and you know Xavier is obviously the the elite program in our conference, and this was a great battle, and I can tell you that ever since we left Cincinnati, I think we wanted to play this game, and not necessarily for revenge, but just because we realized how special the game was that we played in Cincinnati, and we kind of wanted to be part of that again and wanted to get our chance again. So it's special to advance to the conference championship, and having beaten Xavier, is good for any team, and they lose 6-8 games a year, so it's good to any time you can beat Xavier.
Last question.
Coach, what are your thoughts about playing Temple? Obviously, they're going for their third straight tournament title. What do they pose for your team?
Well, I'll tell you, they look great. I watched them play St. Bonaventure yesterday, and they were dominant. I watched them play today against Rhode Island, and they were dominant. I think they're a great team. I think they're one of the best teams in the country. I think Coach Dunphy's one of the best coaches in the country, and with Fernandez, as effective as he is as a perimeter player, they're great. Their defense is suffocating. Their offense is very, very good and efficient. That's going to be an enormous challenge for us. I think they're a great team.
Chris, thank you.
Thank you, guys.